I a Grinch? Because I don't do Christmas. Am I a turkey? Because I don't do Thanksgiving. No. But long story short, I don't do no pagan holidays. Pagan holidays are not for us. When I say us, you already know. Us melanated beings. You know, for one, how we are history. We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. How can you give us a month? That's a spit, smack, kick. Man, listen, man. So, I just don't give it no energy. You know, granted, a lot of our people, they celebrated, you know. I had a breakdown. I'm in here listening to Michael Jackson now, man. I was in tears. Think about my stuff. Passed away. He gone, but you know, every time this season, right now, the night before, all the way, the whole day, all you know is the Jackson 5, Jackson 5, Jackson 5, Jackson 5, you know. So, you know, I still hold true to some of those memories.
Keeps us moving, powering the lives of
that's just what they are.
What's next? Innovative energy systems, accelerating electrification.
You know. So, you know, we don't get rid of those. You know, if I was home with the family, you know, they already know me though. I'm always preaching, as they would say. Always got something to say about something, you know, which is cool, but you know, I've accepted that. I have, you know, learned to live with that over the years. It's been years, not just this year. You know, it's been, you know, but you know, then too, you know, my mom was alive, papa was alive. We always got together on Christmas. I'm sure my family gonna do it this year, but it's just, you know, I seen this thing talk about how people, you know, cut people off. They ain't cut off. It's just, you know, you elevate and then you rising. A lot of the old things we used to do, you know, the Bible say, you know, when I was a child, I did childish things. But when I became a man, I put away them childish things, you know. When I became God of this earth and realized who I was, and I had to mandate those things to be out of my life. You know, not saying that I don't get memories. We all get memories. We feel them emotional beings, you know. But you know, there come a time when we gotta, you know, it's a form of fasting. I equate it to a form of fasting. We just have to walk in newness. You know, it's okay to be renewed, right? Same with knowledge. You can get the knowledge, but when you don't apply the knowledge, what are we doing? You know? So I shade to the family. I shade to the pagan holidays. You know, I don't give it no energy. You know, even New Year's. How is gonna be a new year in the dead of spring? I mean, in the dead of winter. Come on, make it. You gotta start to make these things make some type of sense. It just has to, for me anyway. Moving forward in my life, or whatever the case may be, it's just what it is for me, man. You know, if I'm gonna live in this new earth, this new reality, you know, even my phone, man, I had to stay off this phone, cause the phone is like, every time I put the phone up, it make my heart just, like, I go through this anxiety, like my chest start hurting. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is it? And then I got 2 damn phones, so I'm just like, I get double the, I'm around got like 12G up in this jack, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but even that, again, I gotta get the shungite, the clips for my phone. Like, it's just certain things that can't, like, when you know something and don't do it, it don't hurt nobody but you. I'm not gonna continue to be hurt. I'm not gonna continue to walk around in misery and hurt because I'm not doing things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing. Again, it got to make sense to me. And not always, but, you know, just moving forward, you know, to my overstanding, you know, because a lot of times we do have to move in the spirit, you know. Again, it got to make sense too to move in the spirit at the time, you know. So a lot of times when we don't move, we miss the mark, you know. But again, don't ask for something and then not be on the lookout for or waiting for it, because it's coming. That's why they say speak things into existence. When you aligned and you're one with yourself and Allah, because Allah and man are one. Always remember that. You know, Allah, arm, leg, arm, head, you know, the human body, right? And the nearest place you can meet him is in your heart. Again, with these facts, with these connections, with these downloads, you have to, like, even this year, 2028, 2025, 26, like, that's 8, like, you know, that's 10, and we back starting over, like, we just, it's like a reset. So we gotta reset, we gotta deprogram our minds from these toxic and bamboozling ideologies, I call them foolish thoughts, you know, traditions, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta get into our heritage and our culture, you know what I'm saying? Our heritage, you know, what was left for us, inheritance, that air. It's not the air, it's the air we breathe, because without breathing, we wouldn't be able to be the predecessor or the successor of what our ancestors had for us, you know. Even down to the energy I'm learning about, you know, I came up in that strong warrior energy, but as time progression, time goes on, now the white, I'm coming into the father of the Orishas, that Obatala energy, you know. You see me representing here with my, you know, I'm dripping, some new pieces, you know what I'm saying? My new set, just, you know, little plug. But it's just, man, it's about creating, man. If you're not creating, you're in the way. We're not in competition with nobody. That's what's going on with us. Everybody want to be in competition. It's no competition. There's none like me. There's none like you, right? No, not one. We're all unique in our own ways. So if you don't sit down with yourself, take the time. That's why meditating is so important. But even that, you know, a lot of times we were family, friends, animals, all these things, and we don't have time to sit with ourselves and really see. For one, if you're not living right, then you're gonna get thoughts. You're not gonna get downloads. You're not gonna get direct messages, right? And then a lot of times they say, even about to talk about parables of how things come down. If you're not in your right mind, you're not gonna receive it. You're gonna miss it. Then if you do receive it, you're not gonna be able to interpret it. Then you're definitely not gonna be able to apply it. So you have to I say it's just, it's levels, man. It's levels. But again, with new levels, what they say, I ain't gonna say new devils, because what? That's lived, spell it backwards, Again, a lot of these things are just myths. They're myths and they're false evidence appearing real. It's just fear. So, you don't sit down with yourself, focus, lock in, and receive those downloads, those transmissions, and interpret them and apply them and be obedient. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? So I say, that's my gym, ancient gym. That's my ancient gym. We are ancient image, ancient Asiatic artistry, right? We're all artists. We're ancient, we're artists, We have to tap into that. We have to tap into that so that we can create what comes from our depths, come from our soul, right? Then you're able to put it back into the world, right? And give back. That's what it's about. You receive to, and then give it back, Or you just be continually in that retrograde, Then you keep coming back every time. If you don't do nothing, same way, they say your twin flame or whatever the case may be, you're going through a cycle that your last ancestor wasn't able to complete. So now it's up to you, Are you gonna save your lineage? Are you gonna do what you press through all those sperm cells and fought your way up to do? Or you can be on a wall or in a rubble or bad soil, No. Not this one. Not this one. We got some ancient tasks, some ancient shoes to fill, It's the time, Look what's happening in the world. If you're not able to look, hear, if you're not able to use those senses, they say have a king sense. If you're not able to tap into those king senses, right? Because a lot of times we put ourselves in situations, Spirit telling you don't, and you still do. So now you can reap that karma, whatever happened, whether it happened to your friend, somebody around you, whatever the case may be, right? You didn't listen. You weren't obedient. You didn't hear the small, still voice. You didn't hear the warning. So what you do? You're going to do what you want to do. Hey, again, it's on you. But for me and my house, we're going to be obedient. Ashe. So, again, I just want to say, season's greetings to all, I'm telling you not to get up with your family, but if you is with your family, find out the true meaning of these things that we're doing, give people the truth, because the truth will never fade away, right? The truth will always remain the same, and the truth will definitely set you free, in word and in deed. Asheo, Asheo, peace, love, light, prosperity, right? We have to tap into our birthright. Our birthright is our rites of passage, right? When you tap into your birthright, you're able to see your purpose and be able to streamline the passage that you're supposed to be on. Ashe, Ashe, peace, love. Why don't you give love?